Sadly, like, for the people, there's no VODs on today because the VODs don't work, so, you know, it's not gonna be uploaded to the guy's YouTube channel unless he's watching and recording this. Oh, patch preview. Okay, I can do patch preview. Right, I haven't done that yet. Here comes the most useless patch of 2023. Well, one of the most useless ones, that's for sure. Draven. Passive no returns to Draven if he's dead. I mean, this is like a quality of life change. However, the amount of times where this is actually useful is a lot, in my opinion. From what I've seen in solo queue games. I mean, not passive, ultimate, yeah. Ultimate no returns to Draven when Draven is dead. I think this is actually like... There can be a situation where this is insane, you know? Janna. Back to buffing Janna. She didn't land win rate wise to Shonk. Classic Riot move. I'm so not fan of Janna being in the game. I hate it so much. Anyway, passive damage will go up flat. W cooldown is gonna go down. More spam on this ability. R cooldown goes down. Boo! Woo! Janna buffs. Love it. Riven will get Q damage. Base same, but scales better with AD. And then R bonus AD also is going to give more. So her level 6 is stronger because your R will give you more damage. Level 11 stronger, level 16 stronger. These are mainly gold scaling buffs for Riven. Yes, Riven is usually a feast and famine champion in solo queue, right? Either she's a snowball champion, pretty much. Which means that this is the type of buff where she has gold, she's better. She doesn't have much gold, she's behind, she's having a bad game. Not a buff that does really much. Chandel. Also not a fan of Chandel as a champion. Why am I not a fan of Chandel as a champion? Because there is nothing really interactive about Chandel. He's just a massive stat checker. That's what Chandel is. Better AD growth, less Q mana. The Q mana changes mainly for top lane if some people wanna, you know, bash some towers with Cool Breaker and pretend it's skilled. It is what it is. AD growth, sure, whatever. Vel'Koz. I think this is one of the most useless buffs in this world. I mean, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks that, but hey, if they think this will... this is just like a, hey, we'll give Vel'Koz like a 0.5% win rate or 1% or whatever the number is going to end up being. It's just useless. Briar, 20 health down. W missing HP damage will go also down. Deserved, fine, okay. Briar nerf for low elo. K'Sante. Alright, here's one of the biggest changes of this patch, K'Sante. So, okay, let's go over the TLDR here. So, mana cost on the Q is going to be almost doubled at the beginning and then 5 more later. K'Sante players use mana, cookies for mana. From my experience playing into K'Sante, he does not have mana issues right now. Will he have mana issues with this change? I am not sure. It's hard to say if this is enough or not. Q base damage is gonna go down by 20, so this is a nerf pretty much... Technically level 3, 4, 7, 9, right? Yeah, K'Sante's Q base damage is gonna go down by 20. Sure, a bit less damage to the champion. I don't like how they're approaching K'Sante nerf, okay? Why does his Q slow during ult? Who knows? There's so many problems with this champion. Why are we not removing bullshit from him? Okay, we need to reduce the bullshit on the champion before we touch the numbers. Now, instead, Riot does the opposite. Leave the bullshit on the kit, but instead just make the numbers weaker. I mean, I'm happy. Like, I'll take any K'Sante nerf. I still think this is just completely wrong approach. W hex slash bug fixed. Now, here's the most interesting change, okay? This is by far the most interesting change for me. E-shield is going to be better in base value, but worse in scaling, okay? So, I think what they're trying to do here is they're trying to either make K'Sante players max E second or lose out more by not maxing E second, okay? They're trying to bring E max second versus W max second more close together. And obviously W max second, in my opinion, it's very obnoxious because his ultimate also refreshes W, so he gets 2 of those per fight. Easily. It is what it is. And then here we have some R nerfs. So our passive amp is going to be pretty much nerfed early game. Late game it's exactly the same, but in my opinion at 6 item onwards K'Sante tends to fall off a little bit. So I'm not too worried about this. I think this is a good change because it's a nerf. And then our bonus AD also goes down by 5 each rank. Looking at these nerfs, what you have to mainly think about is early game, okay? These are early game specific nerfs. This is from level 2 to around level 13, I would say. Around there, someone level 13, 14 are mainly when these nerfs are going to be noticeable. Late game, he's the same character. We'll see how much he does. And I'm glad they're nerfing a lot of things. Now, Fury, passive damage. Honestly, like, should I even read this? Like, she's just losing damage, basically. The TLDR here is. She's losing damage on passive and E because she's a low elo stomper. So then you have Jarvan. Okay, second biggest change of the patch. Jarvan. People, have either noticed or maybe are going to notice soon that Jarvan is overpowered. Has been for quite some time, guys. It is overpowered character. Remember, when Riot usually does... So what they're doing here with Jarvan is they're not actually nerfing his items, which are, in my opinion, a bigger problem. Then can CS, but because then they would nerf also a lot of other champions. They're nerfing Jarvan individually, right? And a lot of times when Riot approaches an ability, they nerf it by 1 second. They almost never go 2 seconds on an ability, right? Like, a good example of that is Jaxi. They nerfed Jaxi by a month, 2 months ago or something like that, and they nerfed it only by 1 second. In this case, they're going by 2 seconds, which tells you what exactly? That the ability is overtuned, guys, and has been for quite some time. It's on 6 seconds for months already, with the current version of Gore and Sojin. This shit's been busted for God knows how long. So yeah, we'll take any Jarvan nerf. This is a good nerf, definitely the right approach. Because the amount of Qs this champion gets per fights, the amount of EQs he does is ridiculous. Remember, his E is higher cooldown than his Q, so nerfing the Q is the correct play. Yeah, I'm happy for this. I'm really happy. Ziggs. Well, the thing about Ziggs is, it's obviously, the champion will obviously become OP after you give him a hitbox increase. Because the hitbox increase was a very, very strong buff. Now they have to keep nerfing it until winner twice it gets balanced around Elos. 10 damage. Ability has still a very strong base damage, even though it's using 10 damage. Still a very, very strong ability. W cooldown gonna go up, and mana cost and W gonna go up. So I like this W nerf. The W nerf is definitely the bigger one, because a lot of times you play against Ziggs Midland and he will just W you off cooldown because to stack mana flow and to stack first strike or something like that. And you know, W is Ziggs' most unskilled ability because it is undodgeable when he throws it at you. So 4 seconds, definitely very nice to not permaget W in lane. Also punishes him more for burning his only escape. What else do we have? Okay, yeah, then we have turret gold. So the TLDR about... Okay, so the TLDR about the turret gold is... It's a buff to top laners mainly. Because... Top lane is the role that pushes towers and gets like gold of towers the most. On average, is the biggest buff to top lane here. But yeah, it's just tier 2 tower. If you get a tier 2 gold, it's gonna give you less global, but it's gonna give more to the individual. So you can feed more. You can basically give more resources to one person instead of splitting it all across the team. And then for tier 3 gold, well, the tier 3 is just gonna give you way more local gold. So now it's pretty good to kill the tier 3 tower, but then not take the inhib, you know.